What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we're going to show you Senator Grassley today. He's going to be talking about the farming crisis. Okay, now this is pretty shocking because Senator Grassley is very conservative, Republican, Trump supporter, but he doesn't agree with Trump's strategy when it comes to tariffs. And he's going to let us know in this little clip, this little interview. So we're going to take a look at that. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play this clip. Now, Senator Grassley, he is a senator in Iowa. He's been in office for 40 plus years. So he's been there a very, very long time. And so we'll hear what he has to say when it comes to farming. Here we go.
We've got this farm crisis now, and this president should deal with this farm crisis right now. I'm hearing from bankers. I'm hearing from people that are getting pressed by their bankers to maybe sell part of their farm. So they want to sell to somebody that when they build up their equity, they might be able to buy it back. We haven't had this kind of stress in agriculture since the 1980s. Putting 50% tariffs on things that have steel in them when you can't buy those things in the United States and you need them for your tractor to be finally manufactured. There shouldn't be tariffs on things that you can't get in the United States. Why drive up the price of John Deere's because of a tariff on something they need for the tractor that they can't even get in the United States? It's a stupid policy.
Okay, that was Senator Grassley. He's a Republican, very conservative Republican, Trump supporter. And you hear what he's saying when it comes to tariffs. And I have to agree with him. Why would you put tariffs on things that we are not manufacturing in the U.S.? And I know the arguments. Well, we'll start manufacturing these things in the U.S., but we're currently not manufacturing them in the U.S. So if you slap a tariff on them, that means we have to get that product. Let's say it's steel. We have to get that from another country. We have to pay the tariff, and then we have to pass that cost on to the American people. And in this case, we have to pass it on to the farmers. So if you want to buy a tractor, it's going to cost more. Why? Because a lot of those parts are coming from other countries, and you have to pay tariffs on those products when they come in. And so now you have to hike up the price of a John Deere, and then when that farmer goes to buy that tractor, they have to pay more. And then they ultimately are going to have to pass that cost on to the consumer, whether that consumer be in the U.S. or in another country. And now they're not competitive like they were before. And now you have other countries like Brazil and Argentina that's slipping right by them and saying, okay, we can sell you soybean at a lower price. And the farmers in the U.S. have no recourse. And then countries like China says, okay, guess what? We're not doing business with you anymore. We have other alternatives. We have other options. And so that's what's going on right now. And so when we started to see these blanket tariffs going to all these different countries, one of the things that we should have been thinking about is, do we make these products in the U.S. already? If we did, if it was more strategic, it would work. If we were making these products in the U.S. and we had enough, because this is important too, we have to have a large enough supply to satisfy consumers in the U.S. If we have that, then yes, we can slap a tariff on a country that's sending that product to us. Why? Because we're already making it in the U.S. And we would make that company in the U.S. more profitable because now they can compete with some of these other countries that have lower labor costs and things like that. But that's not what we're doing. We're just saying, okay, we're going to have tariffs here, tariffs there, tariffs here. And a lot of these products we don't make in the U.S. And so we're forced to still have to buy them. Think of it this way. If you have a farmer that already has a tractor, but something goes wrong with the tractor and they need certain parts, and those parts are made in another country. Now that farmer has to buy that product wherever it is, whatever country it is, whatever the tariff is, they're going to have to pay for that. Why? Because they need to keep their tractor running so they can keep their farm going. And so now you're forcing farmers into a very, very bad situation. And so not only are they not able to sell their soybean, but they're also paying a lot more for the upkeep of their farm, for tractors and things like that, fertilizer, all of that stuff. And so what will the future of farming look like? And remember, it's not only farmers that are struggling. Everyone is struggling. We're all struggling. When we go to the grocery store, we have to pay more. When we go buy products elsewhere, we have to pay more. Why? Because of tariffs. Because a lot of these products are not being built in the U.S. And some of these products that are being built in the U.S., they're still getting parts from all parts of the world. John Deere is an example of that. So these farmers talking about the situation that they're in right now where they have to pay more for tractors and things like that. Well, guess what? John Deere, they're getting their parts for the tractors from places all over the world because we don't make all of these products in the U.S.
Joe, I wanted to tell you something. I want to show you something about cost and supply. This is a chain. This spring, I had a chain go bad on my corn planter. Okay, and so I went to John Deere, bought a John Deere part right here. I'm getting ready to put it on, and this is a discussion about tariffs, about what increased costs are to agriculture. I open up this chain, if I can find it in here somewhere. I'm getting ready to put it on. See, I don't know if you can see this number right here. This A20505. That's a John Deere part number, a true John Deere part number. Maybe say it on the other side, I don't know. But looky here, made in China, made in China. I go to put this on, I'm thinking, you know what? I don't know what I paid for it. I just grabbed it and took off. They'll send me a bill. But I do know this, that I had to pay tariff on this thing. And that cost me more money. This is a genuine John Deere part, right from my John Deere store that I've dealt with for 4 decades, okay? China parts. That cost me money. That cost me money as a farmer. And folks don't realize of how many parts that we purchase are coming from overseas. You'll look at parts from China, of course, like it's a John Deere part, for God's sakes. Vietnam, which is probably a John Deere part, but being run through Vietnam and other places. So when the president runs around and thinks he makes these trade deals or puts reciprocal tariffs on somebody, it's directly hurting me because that costs me more money. The proof is right here.
And so, I mean, it's to do the blanket tariffs was a huge mistake. And we'll have to see. We have an appellate court that's come out and ruled and said, look, the president doesn't have the authority to just put out these blanket tariffs and say this is a state of an emergency. This is why we're doing it. And so we'll have to see what the Supreme Court says. But right now, the tariffs are in place. And right now, people are suffering as a result of this. And so I want to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments below. Remember, in the comment section pinned at the very top, we'll have the question of the day. Make sure you answer that. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.